It is a strength to be able to show weakness. So I dare to show all kinds of feelings of mine in front of the camera. So thanks to modeling, I can do it.
How does modeling make you feel?
I'm kind of using it as a tool to be free.
So modeling for you is freedom.
It is definitely freedom, big time. I mean, look at my smile. I was on the hospital bed when I applied for modeling jobs. I was not even out of bed. I was not able to walk.
Model and poet Farnoush Hamidian has that unquantifiable something, what the French like to call je ne sais quoi, that only fashion's most iconic muses possess. Farnoush, whose face has graced the cover of Vogue Arabia, Emirates Woman and L'Officiel, stands as both muse and mirror, reflecting a new generation of women who are rewriting the definition of elegance. Age doesn't seem to be a factor in the way that it once was.
I forced my agents to send me to the castings that I was not fitting. I'm not gonna lie about my age, but I look like I could be 25, so I'm going. I heard my mother's voice calling my name, and then it was the moment I realized what happens to my mother if I die.
Farnoush, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to finally get you in the chair and ask you all the questions I've been dying to ask you.
I mean, I'm dying to answer to you because it's always fun to have good conversations with you. There are not so many people that we can actually feel free to speak our thoughts with in the industry. So you're a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm gonna give you a nice softball question to start us off. Tell me what is it? How does modeling make you feel?
Well, let me go back in time. I was very small, like very young, when I was sitting in front of TV. We had a satellite because we had to have a satellite to be able to watch fashion TV, moda TV, and all of that. And me, my mom, and my sisters were obsessed with these fashion channels. And we were always like looking at them like, oh my God, they're so amazing. All these fashion, beauty. And, you know, it was something that was really out of reach. Because we were so young, you know, and in a little small town in the north of Iran, you don't think of it much. And then eventually I started to tell myself, no, you're not allowed to want this even because of
where you were living, the
culture, politics, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get into that, but it was like a forbidden fruit for me that I eventually dared to touch. And for me, it's a kind of a way of expression. Because again, in our culture, women cannot speak so much. They cannot express themselves as much. They should do it without speaking. If it's poetry, if it's writing, if it's like that, I think that's the only way. So being able to be a model and a poet at the same time, it made me be able to express myself on the paper and in front of camera. So I'm kind of using it as a tool to be free, in a sense.
So modeling for you is freedom.
It is definitely freedom, big time. I mean, look at my smile. And you know what? I feel like a child when I'm in front of it, because when you're a child, you don't know the fears. You don't have fear. If they tell you not to touch the fire, you will. If they tell you not to dance, you will dance. So whatever I want to do, like a kid, I just do it. If I want to laugh, want to look sad, if I want to be wild, if I want to be a woman, if I want to be strong, if I want to be weak, even. Because sometimes the society wants you to be so strong that it's like you look at weakness as a weakness. Yeah. But weakness itself is a part of who we are and what we are, and we don't necessarily have to hide it. I think it is a strength to be able to show weakness.
I agree.
To dare. So I dare to show all kinds of feelings of mine in front of the camera. So thanks to modeling, I can do it.
Did you start modeling when you were in Iran, or was it only after you left and moved to Germany you were able to express yourself in that way?
Well, this makes my dad a bit unhappy because I did it like when I was underage and like secretly and all that. He knows. Obviously now he's all proud of me and everything, but with the help of my mom, like she was taking care of me, like she was taking me to my photo shoots like secretly and stuff around when I was like 17 or something, because when I was in Europe, traveling to Europe with my parents at the age of 16, we were in Paris and we were in Gucci, like shopping and stuff. My dad and my mom were like buying stuff and looking at stuff. And I was just like walking around, and there's this gentleman, a bald guy with glasses, I never forget. He comes and he's like, "Are you a model?" I'm like, "Me?
Are you looking at me?
Are you looking at me? You talking to me?" And I was like, "Nope." And I was happy and upset at the same time because, you know, you're a girl, you're a model. So you feel like, oh my God, really? But then culture kicked. How dare you, you know?
How so?
It's forbidden. Like,
so you, like, it's an insult that he asked you if you're a model to a certain extent.
Yes and no. I was happy, and I was also had a bit of like fear, like, oh, don't tell my dad, like that. Oh, don't say it in front of my dad. Like, no, I'm not a model. And then he told my mom, this gentleman talked to my mom, and my mom and I giggled so much, like, oh my God, like that. And then it was, I said, my mom is so cute. And then, but she told the gentleman very politely, my daughter wants to be educated. She doesn't need those stuff. You know, again, culturally, she's a woman. So she likes it, but she cannot like it. So she needs to bring an excuse not to like it. You know what I mean? So she kind of handled the situation. And then, but that was like, what's going on? Oh, this gentleman was so kind to you. No. Yeah. But eventually we told him, and he was like, okay. And then me and my mom were giggling the whole time anyways. And then fast forward, right after Paris, we go to Germany. And in Germany, some ladies, like, they actually thought I was someone. So they came to me, oh my God, you're famous. I'm like, no.
So this was right after Paris when you were 16.
Right after,
so
in
you
the
was
same trip.
Like a double hit of people saying, are you a model?
So it was a compliment to me in my head because I was looking at those women like walking at a time, Gianfranco Ferré, fashion shows.
Yeah, amazing.
Gian Galliano fashion shows. I don't know, when I was like, maybe I was 10 years old. It was 1998 or 1999. It was that I remember Alexander McQueen's runways, like insane,
epic,
disgustingly amazing. So for me, I was like, oh my God, do they think I'm from that club? You know, it's like I'm in that cool club. So it was a kind of like a forbidden fruit that it was very cute to me, and I really loved it. But then when we went back, it kind of messed with my head. So I liked it, but I didn't have the right to. So eventually, every time, the more I was like owning it, the more people were coming to me wherever we were. Oh, for example, I was going to a beauty salon. Oh, will you come? We want to take a photo for our like makeup artists. Will you be the face of our like salon? And I was doing it like small jobs like that. Yeah. And then because it was harmless. And then at some point we had to, like, me and my mom, we had to like schedule it because the requests were so many. I started to model for like veils. I started to model for, of course, for ladies only.
Sure.
Also female guests only runways, but very small, of course, again. Very amazing Iranian designers that they were making, you say in the Arab world, they say, abayas, we call them manteau, which is a little French. Manteau.
Yes,
manteau. It's like manteau. It's like it's quite French, but that's in Farsi we say manteau. So I was doing like modeling for manteau. I was modeling for like cool designers and stuff like that. So eventually I became kind of more known in the industry. So everybody knew, oh, there's a girl, she's very tall, her name is Farnoush. And there were a bunch of other girls too. There were like 2-3 girls that they were even older than me. At the time they were in their like mid-20s. and they were already doing it.
But this is all, again, still in Iran.
In Iran.
Okay.
Fast forward, of course, throughout all these years, we had to hide so many things from my dad, but eventually it was this leather brand that was making manteaux and like raincoats and stuff like that. And then there was this very famous actor. His name is Bahram Radan. And then I ended up on a billboard with him, and my dad...
Hard to keep that a secret once you're on a billboard.
He was like driving with his driver. And like his driver was there, and he was looking outside and talking on the phone. He's like, what the?
So when did your dad come around? Like at what point
He never came around until I got really successful outside of Iran. And it was the first time that he really got around was when I did Dolce Gabbana campaign the first time. And they called me the Dolce Gabbana girl in this part of the world. And then it was one of his favorite brands. So I was like, oh my God. But even then he was always like, be careful what you show to the world. Show the reality of who you are. A woman needs to be graceful, like this and like that. I would say some rightfully so, some cliche. And we always argue with my dad about the same things because this is also generational gap.
Sure.
He's 75-ish years old. So you can only imagine from the north of Iran, a man who worked all his life and for the 40-something years, Islamic Republic with so many limitations, specifically for clothing.
Sure.
For female. So it was quite challenging also for him to accept. And then thinking about, but the society needs to also accept her.
Sure.
In that way. So it was quite difficult, I think, as a father. But then again, he gave up. He can't do it.
You wore him down in the end. You wore him down.
I've kind of...
Yeah. Did you move to Germany from Iran in part because you wanted to? No, not at all.
To be reborn. To restart everything. To start from the scratch. Start fresh.
Okay.
Mentally. Physically. So many bad experiences in a certain part, throughout my life because of certain circumstances, which were very personal experiences. You can still be from a very good family. You can still not have financial issues. You can have everything, but you can have so many other things that sometimes the society puts that on you, and sometimes it is... your smaller society expectations and unfortunate events.
Yeah.
The unfortunate events.
No, I know you've gone through some stuff.
So
you were living in Iran.
There are those things that you can't do anything about, and you always say, "Why me? Why me? Why me?" So eventually, you need to move on.
Yeah. So turning a chapter, but not to go into detail because I know that's very personal. But can you talk about how you're talking about turning a page in a new chapter, going to Germany? That's a great way to break maybe the cycle, as it were. How do you deal with that trauma, or how do you move past those moments in your life, or they embedded in you and fully formed with you, or how do you step forward, having had dealt with so many difficult moments in your life during your younger life?
I never gave up on knowing that there are good humans out there. Maybe in my part of the world, in my experience, or in my nationality, because of the things that historically happened in the past 50 years. There's patriarchy to a very ultimate level, but there's still good. There are some good in
there are good people out there.
There are good men too. And then I grew up with reading poetry, the books of my mother. I had the largest library in our home was accidentally in my bedroom just because they needed to store it somewhere. We had way too many books. And again, it's a family related. This is how my family is. It's all about books and reading and educating yourself.
But I want to touch on poetry again because I know you're a poet. Who are your favorite poets? Who are the people that inspire your poetry?
The first Western poet that I read was Shakespeare. Writer and poet. But then again, there are so many. But what touches my heart, I would say, in the Western world, or West is Shakespeare. And then in the Persian poetry, that there's Rumi.
Of course.
And so it was my first. I grew up with Rumi, Hafez, Sa'di. And in the modern history of literature, I would say Sohrab Sepehri and Ahmed Shamlou. These people shaped me, ridiculously shaped me in a way that as if they were my parents.
Oh, that's interesting.
With reading them, I understood love. I understood taboo. I understood breaking the taboos because they were so wild in their poetry and so daring in their poetry at a time. And in their poetry, they were saying that they are breaking the taboos. They were saying that whatever they're saying might be wrong or a sin, but they still said it. And they're some of the greatest poets of all time. So knowing these things and learning these things and growing up with knowing that love exists throughout the history of poetry of my country or my nation or humanity, that's how you deal with trauma. With the hope that the better than what you experience exists. And the love I received from my mother. Stick to your loved ones. It doesn't matter if they don't understand you. How can they understand you? How can anyone understand you? When you go through certain things that they don't even have the taste of it.
No point of reference.
No, they don't even know. It's like... And it's not like they had 5 kids that this happened to before, so they know how to handle you. No, you need to teach them how to handle you. You need to tell them. Like, you need to be very, very open with your words. To want, to ask.
So you use your poetry, you use the reading to help support this idea or the understanding that there's good in the world, that there are good men in the world, that there's a world out there past this.
Yes.
You moved to Germany. Was that I know you've traveled the world and knew about the outside world, but was that a huge culture shock to finally actually move out of the country and that be your day to day? And what was it like really stepping into your own as a model in the fashion space? If you like this conversation, well, then you clearly have got good taste. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and share the love. Because honestly, who wouldn't want a front row seat to fashion's best stories?
Let me finish the other chapter that I was telling you. Is one important thing.
Absolutely.
When my mother told me at the age of 16, when those things happened to me, when she took me to a psychologist, I didn't say no. Don't say no to help.
Okay.
Do not say no to help. Go for help.
Ask for help.
Go to a doctor. Tell them, go to different people and see which one understands you better or which one has the capability of teaching you the tools to move on or to handle trauma and all those stuff, and then take it from there. I still, I'm 37 years old. From the age of 16, I talked to psychologists until today. And trust me, the things they taught me, how to handle life, it made my life today so much easier. And I have a better understanding of dealing with everything, with work, with family, with friends, with trauma, with politics, with food addiction, with marriage. Fast forward. Germany. Germany was a big culture shock because, look, I loved our Western world because of everything, the music I was listening to as a kid, the cartoons I was watching as a kid. Like, that's even how I learned English. At the age of 13, I was already speaking English because my mom was always buying those VHS cartoons with Farsi subtitles for us. I was interested in the Western world and the way that they're in their music, how open they were about love and about female, male, about there was no patriarchy in love really in the English music that I was listening to, like spoken language, I mean. So for me, it was very, oh my God, I'm going to go see what's going on. And of course, I was traveling with my family and stuff before that as holidays and stuff like that. And I was looking forward to moving out because of everything I went through, to be able to start over and be independent. Because then again, in this society that is very patriarch, you cannot live alone. You cannot be you can be independent, but to a certain extent. Not that I'm saying that our life is miserable and our country is miserable. No, it is just the little things that we need to change in our culture to move forward, because we're all as capable as one another. So what happened was, when I moved there, I did not expect the weather. I froze to death, I swear, at some point. I remember also dressing up was very, very different, because in Iran I was super fancy, dressing up like jewelry and like fur jackets and like high heels all the time, because again, female need to take care of themselves so much in our culture. And it was like I was going to blow dry my hair twice a week at the salon to have like nice hair. Yes, I was wearing a veil on it, but even then I had to be like perfect underneath. I have 2 other sisters. I have 21 cousins. I have a mom. So because everybody else is doing it, I do it too. But then again, I used fashion as the form of expression. So I started to dress like a crazy person. Like I was very, I wouldn't say Vivienne Westwoody, but my style was completely different than her. But I was like
But this was when you moved to Germany?
No, before.
This was before. So in Iran, you were already a little bit daring. Yeah,
I was crazy. I was too daring. I would say if I would dress like that in Europe today, they're gonna show me with finger, and that's what happened. I moved to Europe and I was trying to be myself. Yeah, but that myself was a bit too crazy for the part of Europe, especially in Germany. You know, it's more simple.
Yeah.
It's more simple, I would say. Even the crazy ones, they look a little bit more simple than my crazy. I was wearing a lot of makeup when I moved to Europe. Slowly cooled down. But then loneliness hits.
Really? Even with your family all around you?
My family was not all around me when I was in Germany. You moved by yourself? I moved alone.
Oh, I didn't realize.
And I moved to a city that I had no one in. It literally happened like this. My dad told me, okay, you have the opportunity to go to this city in Germany. I'm like, that city is very, very small. It's like, it's not a village, but it's a very, very small town, because that was a town that we had relatives in. Not distant relatives. So I literally just took the map and I'm like, okay, what is the closest, largest city to that city? And it was Hamburg.
Okay. So you moved to Hamburg on your own.
On my own.
And you want to start your international modeling career at the age of 20?
It didn't start then.
No?
Because I was so broken that I...
You needed to heal first.
Healed because I was also physically ill. I had something that I had to deal with. Later on, I got a brain issue that was a brain infection, meningitis, and then I was hospitalized. That's 2016. I moved to Europe in 2014, like August in 2014. Wow. And then while I was healing, we figured, okay, there's something terribly wrong with me. So I was hospitalized, dying in a hospital almost. And I thought about, well, I was on a hospital bed and I was not sure. I mean, I was sure that I'm going to walk again, but the doctors were not sure if I'll be able to walk again.
Wow.
To become a model internationally. It was a forgotten dream because I was just so broken. I was jobless. I didn't have a job. I was getting money from my dad for my daily life and stuff like that. I had the family support, thank God. I was lucky like that. But then I was like, you know what? Forget about what's right and wrong. Forget about, you have a brain that God gave you and you're 20-something. They tell you that you can do this, you cannot do this, this is good for you, this is bad for you. But God said, I gave you a brain for decision making. Doing right or wrong didn't change your life. Actually, it did not. My surrounding changed my life. The events that other
outside forces.
Yes, outside forces changed my life in a negative sense.
Yes.
Of course, until you grow up, your family try to protect you
Sure.
and raise you in a nice way. And once they do that, then they need to trust you to do
Step out
good.
into the world. Yeah.
Yes, to do good. So I trusted that.
Mm-hmm.
I trusted my mother's education.
Mm-hmm.
I trusted my father's education, the way they raised me. And in my head, I was like, forget about everything else.
Mm-hmm.
If I will be able to
walk again,
live again, even.
Yeah.
I get out of this hospital, I'm a newborn. So again, for me, it was a restart again as a newborn. In
Newborn at, how old were you?
16.
Newborn at 20?
2016, 88. So I was like 28.
28. A newborn.
Which is insane when I think of it. So
But then you must have had such a drive, such a desire. Now you're a newborn. You have a vision of what you want to do.
I was not even conscious. I was half conscious because of my sickness.
Okay.
I was not fully conscious. Like I couldn't stay awake so long, but it was all going through my head. So as soon as I could move my hands and to be able to focus, because I was not able to focus at all. I was seeing falling stars and the infection level in my brain was so high. But anyway.
You caught meningitis when you were in Germany, correct? And this is what put you into
It
the
was
hospital.
from brain injury. They could not really tell where it came from.
Okay. Okay.
So
Just for clarity. Okay.
they think it's from an old injury that something
Finally manifested
yes.
itself. Gotcha.
But it was my mother. The drive that you said was my mother. Because I was not able to talk to them, really. I was on a hospital bed. They didn't give them a visa, so she couldn't come. So imagine what they were going through.
Yeah.
With my mother, how many times does she have to go through that because of me? Because so many odd things happened to me in my life. So I was like, I remember I say this so many times every time I tell the story, but it is the most important part of my life. I think it shaped me as I am today, and I will move forward with knowing that I was on a hospital bed, and then they were taking the hospital bed and then rolling it to put it in a elevator. So we go to another section of the hospital for, I don't know, MRI and all of that. And my eyes were like half open. It's like, as I mentioned, I was not fully conscious. I was like coming and going and coming and going. And when they were like pushing the bed, in the movies, it shows this, you see the lights on the ceilings when it passes, when they push
they roll you. Yeah.
While it was happening, and then they pushed me in the elevator, and as soon as the elevator opened, and then they pushed it in, and I felt like I heard my mother's voice 3 times calling my name, Farnoush, Farnoush. And then it was the moment I realized, holy mother of nature, what happens to my mother if I die? What the actual hell? So in my head, I was like, okay, I'm not.
Can't do that to my mom.
Like, I can't, not dying. Just not dying. Because I accepted it before.
Oh, you had made peace with the fact that you were not going to make it.
Yeah,
but then you heard
because
your
it was
mother's
not
voice.
even, because it wasn't painful. It wasn't like, I don't know if it was painful or I don't even remember the pain.
It was like a slow fade. Yeah.
It was a very slow fade. It's like a brain fog. I'm like, okay, this is life. It's happening. And after all the horrible things that happened to me, why not? Let's get rid of it all.
Girl, okay.
Yeah. You know what? At some point you're like, okay, this is my destiny.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is my destiny. It's gonna
But then you hear your mom's voice saying your name.
And they're saying my name, and I'm like, she went through hell for you. What the hell? And it was a split of a second, from 1 second to another in my head. And of course, if you were seeing me, there was no sign of depression. There was no sign of, okay, she's ready to die or she's not ready to die. I was just a patient. A very behaved patient.
Well-behaved patient on death's door. Okay.
Yeah, I was just like a good patient. And then I was like, in my head, I was like, no. And then I remember when they did all the tests and everything they were doing, and then they brought me back to the room, I started to say, okay, I'm going to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And it took 18 days after that, I got the hell out of there. But before I exit the hospital, I was on the hospital bed when I applied for modeling jobs. I was not even out of the bed. I was not able to walk. I don't even know why I did it. Like I was so sure in my head. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's like in Farsi we say, tiri dar tariki, like arrow in the night. You just put it like it either hits or it doesn't. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're going to lose anything.
Yeah, take your shot.
So, yeah, you take your shot. I sent applications to, I don't know, I think almost 300 different, from the smallest agencies to the biggest agencies. 298 of it did not answer. Mm-hmm. One of them answered that at this moment, we're not looking for someone with your profile. And the other one was MMG Models in Dubai that said, well, from the photos you've sent us, you can't say much and we don't have the budget to bring you in. Mm-hmm. But stop at the agency, stop by next time you're in Dubai. Mm. And I said, I'll be there. And I literally waited to be able to walk again. And then I booked myself a flight. I went to MMG Models in Dubai. Mm-hmm. And then when I walked in, oh no, guess what happened? Mm-hmm. I remember when I was walking to go upstairs to MMG Models' office, there was other models because it seems like it was during like Fashion Week or something. I don't recall exactly the dates. It was a girl, it was a black model. I remember, I think her name was Renee. She told me, oh, are you here for the casting? I'm like, for which brand? And she said, Ted Baker. I'm like, where is the casting? She's like, okay, go to this floor, that floor. And it was in D3. And I went, before I go to the
modeling agency,
I went to the casting and got accepted. For the show of Ted Baker.
You walked in cold, without a book, without a headshot, nothing.
I had nothing.
Jesus.
And I was so scared and my body was shaking because I was not used to this international, like I've never done it before. And then afterwards, I take the elevator again, go to MG Models, and they're like, where were you? Mm-hmm. Like, why today? Mm-hmm. Why not before? Why didn't you start it earlier? And then I talked about my journey. And then I asked Gosha, the CEO of and the founder of MMG Models. She's a wonderful woman. She's a badass. Can I say a bad word?
Of course.
She's a bad bitch. Like, she's the baddest bitch. Like, really, she's a go-getter. She's an ex-model herself. So I told her.
So wait, you walk in, you say, by the way, I just signed with Ted.
No, I didn't say it. After they signed me, I said, you know what? As a token of appreciation, I put them in touch with you, 30%.
Oof.
Yes.
They must have liked you already. Okay.
Because I was determined. I knew what I wanted and I'm a loyal person. I'm like, you know what? I want to work with you. Mm-hmm. And guess what? On the way to here, I already got a job.
Oh my God. So a couple of things I want to ask you. One is trauma when you're young, coming so close to death. You say you're reborn. Is it, how do you live your life now, having had those experiences? Are you scared of anything anymore? Or because you've gone through all of that, you're like, I'm going to go for it every time. I'm not afraid of anything because I know how precious life is. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious because that's an intense story.
It is. I mean, trust me, I didn't give you the details.
I know you didn't give me the details.
I'm kind of like, I feel bad for your audience if they want to listen to a horrible story the whole time. But I'm telling you, I think you can see it from my smile. I keep on smiling while talking all the time because we know each other from before. I am so full of life. And of course, bad things happen still. Thank God, not as bad.
Sure.
But life happens, politics happen, countries happen, wars happen, family problems happen, health issues happen. I don't know, breakups happen. it's not like, okay, from
But
that
you have
day on.
perspective now in a way.
Oh my, and I have all the tools.
And you have all the tools. Absolutely.
Because of the psychologists I saw throughout my life, because I reached out for help. So everybody, I took a bit of everyone. I learned, I still learn. I'm like a child, like monkey does, like monkey sees, monkey do. Like that's me. So I kind of pick up from everyone. I see you, whatever I see automatically, I pick up. Because from the early age, from the age of 16, I was trained by the psychologists to do that automatically. So at some point I was like, there is nothing else that can actually break me.
Yeah, nothing can hurt me anymore.
There's one thing that can hurt me so much, and that's my mother. So keeping her safe, like, okay, put her aside, and my brother and my sisters and stuff. But my mother, like, come on. She's my mother.
If your mom says something to you, you'll take it to heart, sure.
I do my best that wouldn't happen. So if she's mad at me, I make sure in 15 minutes she knows, like, I beg her. Like,
you sort it.
Like, I am, like, don't you dare be mad at me. Like, I can't live with that. Or if something happens to her. So that's my limit of...
knock on wood.
And of course I break. But I don't crash. I get cracked.
Yeah, but like you said, you have the tools now to deal.
I have the tools now. And then I always know tomorrow is a better day. Tomorrow, there's always a tomorrow. There's always a tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up. You're going to be able to make your bed. And every day, that's a new task. You make your bed every single morning.
Step by step. I know it's apparently very psychologically, making your bed is a huge step. It's psychologically a very, very important thing to do.
After the hospital, that's what saved my life.
Making your bed?
Yes. And I'm not kidding. There's this speech of this American Navy SEAL. I forgot his name. He's an older gentleman. He's wearing his old military Navy suit. And I started to learn about myself and everything. And then I always did a Google search looking at, like, how to recover, how to build life. And then I came across that speech.
About making your bed.
That the Navy SEALs, it's like the hardest in any kind of military is the Navy SEAL training. The first thing they teach you is the first task of your life is every morning to make your bed perfectly.
Yep, it sets you up for a good day.
You have no clue how it changed my life. And I still, until today, I don't let even the maids, if I have a maid at home or if my husband wants to make the bed, no one has the right to make the bed other than me.
That's interesting.
If I'm going to work, unless at 5 a.m. and my husband is still in bed.
Of course, hard to make it at that point.
Yeah.
All right, I want to ask you some, some classic, questions in terms of the modeling stuff for people who would love to follow in your footsteps. Can you talk about some do's and don'ts, some things that if you were to start out in this, what you should watch out for, what you should focus on? I mean, social media has really changed the game in general.
Hate me.
But no, I'm not going to hate you, darling. Tell me.
1, don't work for free. Do not work for free. Why do you work for free? What is this collaborations? Like, I don't get it. It just ruins the industry. It will ruin it for you in the future, and it will ruin it for everyone else. No matter you need the money or not, get paid. Your time, you sell your time. People sell different things. You sell your time. If you go to a restaurant, you want to eat food, will they give you for free? No. What does it have in it for you? So many brands, they come and say, oh yeah, but you get exposure. Well, I get exposure, yes, but I need to pay my bills. That's the second thing. The third thing, if you didn't want me, if you didn't like me and you thought I was positive for your brand, you would have never came to me. So if you came for me, it means you think that I have something to bring to the table.
You have
and
value.
if I have something to bring to the table, you need to pay the the price.
Yeah.
So don't work for free. Take care of your health. Take care of your health. Do not cut your protein. Please don't. This is like the craziest thing that happens. The models to trim down, they just live on some fruits, cigarettes, and a lot of coffee. It is not healthy. It will mess up with your hormones to a horrifying level. It will destroy your skin when you hit 30. It will ruin so many things in your body. Hormones, like it can cause you, it will disrupt your hormonal system, period, cycle, the capability of having children, fertility, and all of that. So please don't fall into it. Try to burn more than you eat. That's the only way. Like if you want to get leaner to be in the size, and don't kill yourself to be in size 0. Some people are not made for that. I'm not made for a size 0. I genetically cannot, because my hip,
your measurements are such that,
even my bones, you measure my bones from one side to another, from this to this, around it, even if there's nothing on it, it just simply cannot be size 0. And do not sacrifice yourself for beauty. Beauty, the standards change throughout the history of humanity. The standards of modeling change throughout the history of fashion. Be smart. Be diplomatic. Don't be mean to one another. There's a space for everyone. And another thing, be selective when it comes to work. Be selective. So many times I said no to certain jobs, even though I may have, like, the money was a big deal for me. But I thought maybe that is not right for my portfolio or for my profile, or it doesn't align with what I have in my head, the goal, values, like the direction I'm going towards. So, and work hard. Don't fall into the trap of, okay, let's go to this party, let's go to that party. Doesn't bring you anything. I'm telling you, I'm working in the fashion industry since 2016. The parties didn't bring me anything. Not going to parties helped me keep my skin better. So that brought me more jobs.
Speaking of jobs, you've had some really significant milestones recently. I think 2023 you were on the cover of Vogue Arabia. Yes. And then you almost a Disney princess because you shot it in Disneyland. You were your own, like, circle back to your childhood. And then you recently became, you can say now you're a Victoria's Secret model because you've modeled for Victoria's Secret. What's on your bucket list of a brand or a collaboration that you would, paid collaboration that you would love to do at this point?
Am I allowed to say whatever I want?
You can say whatever you want. Safe space.
There are a couple of brands that I've always, everybody has a fantasy.
Sure.
I see myself, and I always saw myself as a Versace girl.
I can see that.
You can see that, right?
I can see that, yeah. Let's call Donatella after this.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somehow I've never even been invited to a casting. Like, I've never been approached by the team, but I simply think, and I always thought, I have the type that what they like.
You could walk that
feminine,
catwalk. Yeah.
Like strong, natural, more womanly than you know what I mean? You get my point?
Yep, I can see that.
So for me, it was Versace. Very much.
So Versace, we'll put that out there in the universe for you.
Yes, Versace.
But there is a brand that you have a long-term relationship with Stephane Rolland, is somebody you walk with all the time. Multiple times he's come back to you. What's it like working with a designer multiple times when you've become, to a certain extent, a muse for him?
To think that I'm his muse, that is like the biggest compliment I've ever received. Because I was his fan. As back then that I told you about when I was a kid, I was watching like TV and blah, blah, blah. And then back, I remember it was like 2010 or something. I was looking at these, like he was in, I knew of him since he was in Balenciaga.
Mm-hmm. So, youngest ever artistic director of Balenciaga.
So I was a kid and I knew of him. So imagine how nerdy I was and how obsessed I was with fashion and how much I loved the guy. For me, he was in a level of Saint Laurent Couture in that moment. What he had to offer. I'm talking about Saint Laurent Couture back in the day. At the golden era. And for me, I think I said it 100 times and this is 101, but it's never enough. Him. He loves female body. He loves the female mind. He loves the female soul. He adores it and he celebrates it. And he's one of the remaining ones. Not so many left.
What's it like walking? Because he is one of the few houses where you're not just a body on which they drape clothing. There's a real attitude. There's a real character. When you walk down his catwalk, you're embodying a character. Can you talk about what that? And there's always such drama and such, you like
drama?
No, I mean he loves high drama. I mean, let's give it to him. What is it like to walk? Like, just walk me through what it's like to walk in his collections. And are you trying to channel a certain character in each show of his?
Wow. Okay, that's a long way to say. I mean, this is. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in some sentences to explain how it actually works with him. For him, it's the traditional artistic perspective of a designer. Sees the woman. Okay, he sees you as a character, as a creature. It's like, okay, this creature came in. He designs for this creature, for a different person in a different way. For example, when I entered his casting the first time when he said, "Oh my God, where were you?" For me, it was a dream. But then I saw that he doesn't care for glamour in a sense of material. He cares of glamour as a sense of artistic perspective, drama, theater. And that's exactly why I became a model. Expression, freedom of expression. He expresses himself in the most royal way. And that's what I die for. I mean, coming from a Persian culture that you have all that, monarchies and dressing up and is a part of the royal dressing, the way that the royals dressed up in the Persian Empire until 1979. And it's still Queen Farah in Paris. You need to see how she dresses up. She's wonderful. And for me was to be a part of that theater, the way he sees me. I wanted to be the character he sees me, the way he sees me. I wanted to deliver what he sees in me. So what I did was, for the first show, he said, "I want Maria Callas." And I swear to my mother's life, when we were walking the show, it was in Palais Garnier. It was my first show with him. With the music, the scenery, the clothing, the makeup, the hair. And the hair and makeup, he works a lot with the hair with Bijou and Accent. I love them too. They're very good friends of mine. Since then, we're friends. He builds a character, and then while you're in it, you just have to feel it and then push it through like you want to play theater. So for me, there was no stress to walk the runway with him. It was the glory and the glamour, the large feeling large. I don't know how to say it. It was the feeling of like, you feel like Maria Callas. I felt like Maria Callas and walked like Maria Callas.
At the Opéra Garnier, the famous opera house in Paris. Yeah, I remember I was at that show.
And I felt it. And And every step I was taking was full of joy and pride. Not in the sense that I was so self-obsessed or something like that. No, proud of being Maria Callas with her achievements.
Sure.
So I had to be her with everything she carried with her.
All of her sorrows, all of her achievements.
Everything. And it was so beautiful. Everybody was crying.
Yeah.
All of us models, we all teared up before the show and after the show.
Oh.
And every time there's something really, really interesting about the Stephane Rolland show. And I walked runways. This usually doesn't happen. The whole team cries. After it's done, everybody, the romance, the drama is just,
Let's dive in or touch on the subject in terms of modeling. The landscape has changed somewhat. It's a young girl's game. I mean, it is. Of course, now with the event, there's AI that's even taking it away from the young girls because you can create AI models at this point. But we're also seeing now women in their 50s who look almost as perfect as a woman in her 20s. I mean, through retouching and also through cosmetic tweaking, let's say. How are you seeing the landscape as a model in your 30s? Are you seeing it opening up more? Is there more acceptance to models who are no longer in their 18, 17, 20, 22? What's the landscape looking like for a model now?
If we're talking about age and not size, because size is a trend, forget about it. It will always get more and more skinny.
Okay.
They brought some plus size models and they're almost gone again.
Yeah.
And then again, both were super unhealthy. The very large girls
and the
very slim girls, they're both sending wrong signals because we were supposed to, yes, we need to love all different body types, but we also need to push for a healthy lifestyle, for a healthy body. Neither are healthy. I would say if you want to be inclusive, include everyone, also the fit people. There was no fit people unless they were like super mega stars and they just had to be there because they were superstars.
The celebrity aspect, sure.
Like Giselle Bündchen. She's the fit one.
She's definitely the fit model, yeah.
Adriana Lima. Fit. So but that is over. Now we're back to the very skinny. But of course, again, there's designers that do not care for being super slim because they love the female form, as I mentioned before. But about the age, that is disappearing. It was not the case when I started. But I think I personally did something. I had a part in that. Because when I wanted to become an international model, I had no portfolio, no international portfolio. So for the Western world, I was not a model. I was just becoming a model. Let's not say for the Western world because it was also in UAE. For the international community.
Sure.
It was, I was too old. I was too fat. I was too brown. I was too Persian. I was not Arab enough. I was not white enough. And I was not black. They could not put me in any box. And the most difficult one was the age. I drink a lot of water. I don't party that much, like not really. I sleep early. I sleep 8 hours minimum. I care about what I eat and what I put in my body, not in a sense that, I starve myself. If you look at me, you see that I do not starve myself. To just eat healthy, more cooked food and all of that. I was in a good shape in a sense of I was healthy looking.
Yeah.
I was healthy looking. I pushed so hard.
What does pushing so hard look like when you're starting at 28? Like, is that you just go on every call? You cold call people? What does pushing hard look like?
Okay, so the first person who trusted me was Gosha Golda, MMG Models, right? And then I became the face of Fashion Forward at the time. I was one of the only girls from the region, one of the very only girls from the region that dared to become a model.
Mm-hmm.
So that itself was a bit of like a fighter looking.
Mm-hmm.
It was also interesting for the European colleagues and the European people in the market. So they were like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from Iran." "Oh, you became a model?"
Mm-hmm. You had a story to tell. You had an interesting origin story.
Yes, and I was vocal about it. It's not like I was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like,
Middle East.
Iran, Middle East. Like, no, like, where are you from? I'm from Iran. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people took it not good, some people took it bad, but I didn't care. I stayed. The ones that hated, I didn't care. I kept on going back to their castings, even though they didn't like me. And at some point, I did it so often, I went back and like they gave up. That's what I mean by push for. I did not give up. I heard no more than the number of hairs on my head.
You're hopeful for the longevity of your career as a model at this point because you're seeing that age doesn't seem to be a factor in the way that it once was, as long as you're healthy.
You will always fight to find your space. You create, even if there's no space for you, you create it. I created a space for myself. I forced my agents to send me to the castings that I was not fitting because they asked for girls between 20 to 25. At the time, I was almost 30. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to lie about my age, but I look like I could be 25. So I'm going. So I even had to argue with certain agents that I used to work with, of course, in Europe. And sometimes they were not aligned with what I thought, and I was not getting any jobs. So I had to either change the agency or work with a new agent or a different agent in the same agency. It's like I was the one asking for meetings with my agents to kind of talk to them, to tell them what I think can work. So come up with strategies, find your space. So AI and all of these things exist, but we exist too. We don't have to fight with AI. There's enough space for everything. It will make it unique to be human in a world of AI.
Absolutely.
That would be even more precious at some point.
Yeah, at some point that might actually be the most precious thing. Talking about you as an Iranian woman, a Persian woman, is that a badge of honor for you? Are you having other women come up to you and really proud about the fact that you're representing them in a way that's, different than what a lot of the world perceives Iranian women?
That's my life goal, to be able to be better and better and better and achieve more and more and more. Not because I like to get famous or I like to get rich or I like to be seen. Everybody likes to be seen and better in a sense, but not everybody is willing to work hard enough for it. And people have different motives. I have two motives. Celebrate life and be a good role model. I still don't think that I'm a role model. I'm still I'm becoming that. I'm still in the journey of becoming what I think how a role model looks like or who a role model is. But receiving messages, being stopped in the streets, receiving emails, girls crying, sending me, like, even the fact that I was vocal about what happened to me and how it helped them because they went through certain things. And it was a 17 years old girl. I will never forget. Oh my gosh, I will never forget. It was 2022, end of 2022. This is recent. She messaged me saying, it was during the Woman Life Freedom Movement and all the things that were happening to women. The 17 years old girl sent me a message on Instagram saying that, Farnoush, I wanted to commit suicide. After reading your story, I'm not doing it.
Makes it all worth it.
That's why I want to become that thing that I think at least is able to do something for those people. Because I was one of them.
Show them there's a way.
There is always a way. There's always a way. There's always a way. As long as there's life, there's a way. As long as there's tomorrow, there's a way. Life is too short to care too much, and it's too long to think it's too late.
I love that. Okay, Farnoush, I could talk to you for hours, but I want to ask you before we wrap up the 5 generic fashion questions that I ask everybody.
Go ahead.
Okay. The first thing I want to ask you is, what is your most prized possession? The thing that you would take with you if you could only take one thing with you out into the world?
Thing or person?
Thing. And then maybe tell me your person after.
My poetry notebook.
And your person?
My mom.
I won't tell your husband.
No, he knows it. He's okay with it. He made peace with this. He knows it.
I probably would agree with that assessment. I probably would take my mom first too. In working in the luxury space, working in fashion, you know, a lot of people can't afford to buy luxury pieces. But if there was one thing that you would recommend that everybody save up for, what's that one item that you think is worth the investment?
Gold jewelry.
Smart girl.
I'm a businesswoman. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Always useful. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can sell it whenever you want. It's like,
yep.
And it's beautiful.
And it's beautiful.
You see, I love gold.
Yeah.
Like,
what trend will you never follow?
I can't say that. Because I have to name a brand and I'm not gonna.
No. A trend. Like, is there a fashion trend or a,
Yeah,
you know,
but they created that
so you're like, so you don't want to.
trash bag trend. I respect the people who like those stuff. I'm never a post USSR clothing in a sense of like pants that are like this and is like, you need to look broke.
Like really expensive to make yourself look broke.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah. If you're going to spend the money, at least look good.
No, everybody needs to look proper. I think, I mean, in their own ways.
Sure.
You can still be creative, you can still be wild, but still have this tasteful. Be tasteful. Do not buy whatever they sell you. No, not everything is worth buying.
Yes, and it's showing right now in the state of fashion. 2 more questions. Who is your favorite designer, living or dead?
Jean Galliano, Alexander McQueen, Stephane Rolland.
That's a nice triptych. That's a good group. And then my final question for you is, what do you love most about fashion?
It's theater. Whoever wants to be whatever, dress like whoever, and talk and say anything you want. It's freedom. Fashion is freedom.
Farnoush, thank you so much. This was amazing. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Thank you so much.